I'm here with Jacqueline Niemann today from Megson FitzPatrick, and we're going to talk about condo insurance and specifically about Strata insurance today. And just want to thank you for taking the time to be with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So today in the paper lately, what we've been seeing is a lot of talk about condo insurance and Strata insurance and some increases that may be coming up, or what homeowners might be seeing there. But I also wanted to just touch base a little bit before we get into what we're seeing as increased rates, is more of what Strata Corporation should be looking for, or what's covered in the common insurance and Strata fees that people will get. And then the second part I'd like to talk about is if you're an individual owner looking to buy, or a owner that's looking at, a current owner that's looking at renewing their policy, maybe some things that they should consider from their perspective, from looking inside their unit and what they may be looking for there. So,
certainly.
Yeah, so as we see is when people pay their monthly fee, what they get their monthly Strata fee, within that is the condo insurance. So what's generally covered within that insurance?
So that's a Strata building policy.
Strata building,
referred to
yes.
as a Strata building policy to differentiate. That policy will cover the replacement of the building, rebuilding of that structure.
Mm-hmm.
It also includes common area furniture and equipment in the building, elevators, things like that, air conditioning systems. So that policy covers to rebuild the structure as it was originally built. Any alterations in any individual units are the responsibility of the unit owner.
Okay. So if an individual owner is looking at their condo and they see their floors and their countertops and kitchen cupboards and stuff like that, is that covered by the Strata blanket insurance for the building?
The Strata building policy will pay to rebuild all of those things if they are original.
Okay.
If anyone has done any updates, either the current owner or previous owners, it's the responsibility of that unit owner to make sure they have enough coverage to cover those improvements and betterments.
Oh, okay.
That's how we refer to them.
Oh, improvements. So if I had a condo that was all updated and I didn't get an individual policy to improve that, I might get the orange shag carpet from the 70s when the condo was first built?
You probably won't get any carpet, actually. What the Strata building policies will say is those things are being updated, upgraded, we will not pay for any of it.
So then you're out of your own pocket. Okay.
Yes.
So as an individual owner then, sort of first-time home buyer or a buyer buying into let's say a condo building itself, they are then looking at buying their internal insurance for their unit. What sort of things should they look for in that particular insurance? Because a lot of people think, I'm totally covered by the building, I'm good to go.
Many people do believe the building covers them, and it's a misnomer, unfortunately. So what you're looking for in that individual package you're going to buy is to cover the replacement cost of your contents.
Okay.
Everything you own that you've brought into the unit, furniture, dishes, linens, clothing, that amount has to be determined. And then on top of that is a separate amount for your improvements and betterments that'll be made to that unit. Most condominium unit owners packages, if we set a value for your contents, will automatically match that value for improvements and betterments.
Okay.
So if you have $50,000 on your contents, $50,000 for improvements and betterments, we can change those intermittently as needed.
Okay, perfect.
The other thing that they should be looking at is going back to the commercial building policy, the Strata building policy. What are the deductibles under that building policy? And that's one of the big changes we're seeing that's affecting the unit owners' packages. The building deductibles are increasing substantially.
Okay.
There is some protection on your unit owner's package for those assessments that might be brought against you from the Strata building policy.
So an assessment would be, my dishwasher leaks, it goes down 3 floors, the water in there, the building needs to pay for, of course, the improvements or the repairs of those. You hear stories that then the Strata comes and knocks on your door and says, hi, you owe us $20,000, $30,000 or $40,000 would be the deductible. So there is potential to get a deductible insurance, is that what you're saying?
That unit owner's package is a protection for corporation building deductible assessment.
Okay.
Many of them start at $25,000.
Okay.
Some of them cap that and won't go any higher.
Okay.
Others give us option to increase the coverage for a water tank claim, like you just mentioned. Different increases are available for earthquake. So we have to look at all the different perils that could occur.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's quite involved.
Yes, it is. I think from just what I've seen in real estate, a lot of times people just have this misconception or misnomer that I look at my $200 or $400 a month in Strata fees and my insurance is covered, and it's always trying to educate. So if a buyer is buying something, is it a good practice for them, say they're looking at buying into a condo, they're not sure in their content insurance, is to bring the insurance policy for the building, the commercial policy of the building, with them and saying, here's my policy, how can I best protect myself?
Definitely,
Yeah.
and just about all of the strata councils, especially in Victoria, have a breakdown. They won't send you the whole commercial policy,
Yeah.
it's painful. So they give you a single sheet that says, this is a summary of our commercial insurance, these are the deductibles that apply to fire, to water, to flood,
Okay.
to sewer backup, and to earthquake.
Okay, perfect.
And then we can review that for our client, our unit owner, and determine what coverage they have. With some of the increases we're seeing, some of these water deductibles are 500,000,
Wow.
250,000, and some of our condo unit owner packages don't provide a high enough limit for that.
Okay.
We've just made some of our clients aware.
Yeah.
They're happy to absorb the difference
Yeah.
if something might happen. There are also some optional coverages one can purchase over and above their condominium unit owner's package to provide extra coverage. But the ones we're seeing are pretty costly, so.
Oh, in order to cover that big distance between, say, what it used
Yeah.
to be is $25,000 for a water deductible, could be 300,000 or 400,000. So it could actually, it could cause someone to have to sell they wouldn't be able to cover the damage or cost if something should happen to their unit in that
Yes.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Because lately in the paper we've been seeing that's where we see those condo insurance or strata insurances policies are going up between 50 and 300% per annum. Have you seen anything like that in Victoria?
Yeah, not quite that high. Some of the premium increases we're seeing in our commercial department, because
Okay.
we do insure some of the strata buildings in town, they are 50% more
Okay.
than they were last year,
Yeah.
for sure, premium-wise, but the other side of it is the deductible.
Is
So the
higher.
commercial underwriters, we're calling it a hard market now, it's tight. There's a lot of claims in condo buildings, a lot of water issues. As buildings get older, there's more chance of water issues, pipes starting to fail. Updates aren't being done, all of those things come into play. As the insurance companies see more claims, they take the rates up and they take the deductibles up.
Yeah.
And that hits the individual unit owner.
Okay. Yeah, because insurance isn't just local, it's global. So if something's happening elsewhere in the world, then it affects local insurance as well, too.
The
So-
Vancouver market has seen increases way beyond what we're seeing here in
Oh,
Victoria.
wow.
So.
Do you see it differently depending on the type of building? Like if it's a low story, say a 4-story wood frame building versus a 20-story condo
Yep.
high rise? Are they
Certainly
different that way?
does. It varies by the size of the building, and it, as I say, when the building was built. Water mitigation issues can
Okay.
help out in the building policies. One of the buildings downtown had some atrocious water issues, and they've now gone to efforts to put water sensors in every unit. There's a
Okay.
minimum 6. They have water sensors in there and their battery backup, and that has brought down the rate on their commercial insurance package and the deductibles. It's helped them a lot.
But that's great. So it's important that as a condo owner, a strata owner, to if your strata corporation is unfamiliar with these things, it's good to let them know what they should do in order to get their house in order, because it protects everybody.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
most insurance brokers, I know our commercial team regularly goes out to Strata Council AGMs, is usually where it happens, and gives them the whole owners group a review of what the commercial insurance is doing. And we do surveys of the building to help them come up with ideas,
Oh, okay.
things that can be fixed, ways they can mitigate their loss, or ways they can just take a higher deductible to save on a premium a little bit.
Oh, great. And the other thing that just wanted to touch on was sometimes I've seen in there is when I'm looking at insurance policies and I'm comparing them to maybe their appraised value for the building, and there's a huge discrepancy thinking, well, if this building something catastrophic should happen to the building, there's no way they could build it for that dollar value. Do you work with the strata corporations and encouraging them to maybe get an appraisal so they can match their appraised value with their replacement cost values or anything like that?
Most definitely. That
Yeah.
would fall through our commercial department, and I believe it's mandated now that they have to get a depreciation report every few years.
Well, the depreciation report every 3 years, but the appraisal issue sometimes, especially with a self-managed building who's unfamiliar with the workings of the Strata Property Act to a point. So-
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of my commercial team makes them get that
That-
appraisal
that's
because
good.
we have to insure it properly.
Yes, and very much so, to protect all the owners within the building. So, well, I just wanted to say, Jacqueline, thank you for taking the time today. We only touched briefly on insurance stuff here. There's a lot more, and so encourage you to contact your insurance broker, or particularly contact Jacqueline here. And maybe, Jacqueline, you could give us some contact information if people have further questions for you.
Certainly. Well, I'm with Megson FitzPatrick Insurance. I can be contacted at jniemann@megsonfitzpatrick.com, or much easier to phone the office, 250-595-5212, and ask for Jacqueline Niemann, and if I can't help you, I can get you in touch with one of our specialists who can help you with your condominium insurance.
Great. Well, thanks very much. Thank you for taking the time out today.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.